Varsity on record. Light is particularly a wave, let it resonate for generations. Cause God Almighty, I saw you'll enjoy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today to talk about a very important and timely topic: education with AI. AI, or artificial intelligence, is technology that enables machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as understanding language, recognizing images, solving problems, and learning from data. AI is transforming every aspect of our lives, from how we communicate to how we work to how we entertain ourselves. But what does AI mean for education? How can we leverage AI to enhance learning outcomes, empower teachers, and prepare students for the future? I believe AI can be a powerful ally for education if we use it wisely and ethically. AI can help us achieve three main goals: personalization, innovation, and inclusion. First, personalization. AI can help us personalize education for every learner. AI can analyze data from various sources such as assessments, feedback, and behavior to create individualized learning paths tailored to each student's needs, interests, and goals. AI can provide adaptive and interactive content such as games, simulations, and chatbots that can engage learners and challenge them at the right levels that suit them in particular. AI can also support teachers by providing them with insights and recommendations on how best to support students, and by automating some of the administrative tasks and repetitive tasks such as grading and attendance. Secondly, innovation. AI can help innovate education for the 21st century. AI can enable us to create new and immersive learning experiences such as virtual and augmented reality that can transport learners to different places and times. Expose them to different perspectives and cultures. AI can also foster creative and collaboration by allowing learners to generate and share their own content such as stories, poems, songs, and art, using generative AI tools such as ChatGPT and DALL-E. AI can also equip learners for the skills and values that are essential for the future, such as critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and ethics, by exposing them to the real world scenarios and challenges, by encouraging them to reflect and act on their learning. Thirdly, inclusion. AI can help us include everyone in education. AI can help us overcome some of the barriers and inequalities that prevent many people from accessing quality education, such as distance, language, disability, and poverty. AI can enable us to deliver education to remote and undeserved areas. Or should I say underserved? Just a joke there. Using online platforms and mobile devices that can connect learners and teachers across the world, AI can also enable us to provide education in multiple languages and modalities, using translation and speech recognition tools that can accommodate different preferences and abilities. AI can also enable us to provide education that is culturally and socially relevant, using data and algorithms that are diverse and unbiased, that can respect and celebrate diversity of learners and teachers. These are some of the ways that AI can transform education for the better. But we also need to be aware of the potential risks and challenges that AI poses for education, such as privacy, security, accountability, ethics. We need to ensure that AI is used in a responsible and transparent manner that protects the rights and dignity of learners and teachers, and that promotes values of democracy and humanization. We also need to ensure that AI is used in a complementary and collaborative manner that enhances the role and agency of learners and teachers, and that fosters human-machine partnership. To achieve this, we need to work together as organizations, educators, policymakers, researchers, parents, and students themselves. To shape the future of education with AI, we need to develop policies and standards that regulate the use and development of AI in education, that ensure its quality, accessibility, and accountability. We need to invest in research and innovation that explore the potential and limitations of AI in education, that generate evidence and best practices. We need to engage in dialogue and consultation that involve all stakeholders in these fields themselves. This, ladies and gentlemen, was a speech that I had written, I believe not so much of a year ago, to a conference which I was supposed to speak at. Ended up not speaking there. Will not really state the reasons thereof that aligned to that not coming to fruition. But within the speech in itself, I really just wanted to touch on it because I found it through my cloud. I have an organized cloud of some of the research that I do and some of the conversations that I have with myself. Sometimes, or my partner, it depends. And most of the times, the conversation that really came up, I believe, with one of my, should I say, friends or affiliates, which came into conversation more so when I was building up the foundation, was inclusion. Inclusion is the main thing. How do you really incorporate AI into the education system? How do you make kids really learn using AI and allow them to embrace their languages themselves? Because it's kind of tough out there, in a sense, if I would put it. We have a universal language in English in itself, but it's kind of tough for most kids to really kind of get to that, and for some teachers as well to get into class and be like, I'm not like that other teacher. That form of way of including and saying that I can teach in my own language somehow and find ways to collaborate with AI and create that aspect, of learning, of teaching basically, and supporting the student as well. Be like, do you understand things like this? And it will be able to really track out some of those things and be able to translate, give better meaning towards it. I believe that's where AI really needs to kind of also be working within Africa in its creation with the languages that we have as well, to really go above and beyond in that inclusion, because we know that I would say basically that the Western side of the world would get this a little bit more better in exposure and how they really be putting it up. I believe that even as Africans, we need to also start evolving that technology towards that, in order to create that inclusion, right? And we have other ways of this inclusion. I believe Starlink is one thing that is putting us up there as well, to say that it has a form of affordability in terms of connectivity and good internet accesses, obviously, and you have your e-readers, which is e-ink screens that are mostly black and white, good for easy for strains in the eyes, a little bit more focus orientated into exactly what you are there to do, unlike just having a normal tablet, that would somehow sometimes help you divert your attention to other things, I'm not saying that color is a bad thing, but those are some of the inclusions which I really wanted to drill on. More especially, I'm not going to be talking more in terms of how the innovation of a classroom can come about, where a child can be at home and suddenly we'd have a digital classroom right there in an augmented reality manner, and they'd be learning, and that would be their space for that moment in time, and the whole room would be shut for them to really start invoking their learning into that. If it able to see the writing tool that you'll be using, coming to writing tools, even you wouldn't need textbooks, you wouldn't need worksheets, because you'd have a worksheet strictly for a specific teacher under that, and they would have that organized. They wouldn't even have to carry files around, right? And be able to also check what was this here, why did they possibly answer like this, what led them to such. And AI can literally be like, nah, this is possibly because of 1, 2, 3, 4, and that can be like, we need to focus on 1, 2, 3 with you. Can we give you a task, and then you can specialize tasks around those type of lines, and you can give them a task, and they can start propelling and start writing a little bit easy. These are some of the innovations that I've seen over my decade-long education management career itself, and some of the speaking conferences and some of the engagements that I have as well with most education experts as well in the field. These are lines of, should I say, life that can revitalize education in a way that can lead it way further. As much as the challenges obviously then exist, this is where you call in good guys who know cybersecurity and put that in and find ways to have a transparent system that is holding learners accountable as well, together with the teachers and students, so that it can be used with a better remark, because this is good for commons. AI can help teachers on that and can help grade them, like, cool, this was the correct answer, and like that. And then it would be just a simple situation whereby the teacher can finally focus. Again, I think now I'm going to get to the teacher. The teacher can finally focus purely on making sure that learner gets the best of them, by allowing them time to much prepare as well, and much have comment, and be able to look at the results a little bit much more better, and be able to learn from where they are basically needed, and line up their teaching in cases of that. That is so much important when it comes to the teacher. Having a good, active, healthy, on point teacher, 100% beautiful stuff to do. You really need to boost the teacher as well. Support the teacher as needed. And these are some of those things that help out, to whereby then in a month you can be like, okay, cool, grade them for a month, and you can tell them to grade them for a month or something. That's the power of AI. You can code it to exactly how you want tasks to be rendered out. How do you want them to be monthly rendered out? Who knows? You can even possibly have personalized tests in accordance to the level of difficulty of the students, and in a sense that then comes into a general format of a paper that would be able to give learners a sense of, I'm writing something that I fully understand, because of the confidence that they gain, the motivation that they gain from using these tools as well. Is going to be very much essential, preparing them for the future of work as it really comes around. These are just things that I really just wanted to touch on, and how they'd be really going about, and how the innovation of education can really push boundaries with AI. If you listen to most, I think of Sam Altman, recently listened to one podcast by Trevor Noah as well, where he spoke on how this whole event can take place by allowing healthcare to take place. But let's come to education, allowing students to finally have tutors through AI that would be able to help them prevail and have the best tutors available to them, by allowing those tasks, allowing feedback that would be eventually given to the teacher, and involving the parents as well. This cannot be done without a form of a helping hand, in terms of organizations that want to collaborate with organizations that are dedicated and devoted to such causes and missions, like the TG Energy Foundation itself. I'll just put ourselves out there. We are devoted to this through means of debates and everything. Some of the funds and one of the opportunities that we get to really say, look, you can go this path, you can go that direction as well. How can you help us go there? What are the guiding tools? How can we consult? As we obviously then stated there, how can we obviously then consult and really have dialogue about all of this by engaging the learners themselves, engaging the teachers, engaging the organizations, engaging the communities. This is where it all begins. We do this through debates, we do this through debate game shows, we do this through our conversations and podcasts like these as well. And above and beyond that, we want to see ways in which we can be like, here's a school, let's fund it on 1, 2, 3, let's give it this. We have access to most of those schools within the Gauteng area, the Muskotana local municipality and Rustenburg as well. We have access to the Tzaneen schools as well. So we have immense access that can elevate students to reach their highest potential, to say, how can we put this up? How can we give them e-readers, for instance, then, if need be, to say these are the e-readers that we have. We have Samsung, we have Huawei out there, and other companies providing e-readers. How can we make that put into schools and say, here's an e-reader for you, here's a tutor for you once you get home, as an underprivileged scholar, here is one for you. Once you get home, you can have this, and you can also have some physical work for the time being. And this feedback can then be collaborated towards teachers as well. As they get it, they'll be like, this is what's going on. And that can form and serve as a form of education psychologist as well, in a sense. So we want to be capable of doing that. We can't do that without any form of support. If you want to advertise, please do advertise on our podcast and see us through with the mission in which we want to fulfill, and see us through, again, supporting by buying a journal then as well, to see us through the mission. Buy a journal for your friend, yourself, a learner if you want to as well. That's a way of you showing support. It's 250 per journal. Coming back in January, deliveries are going to be done then at the time. And again, if you want to also be a donor, there are donor levels to us as well that you can come through to follow. This helps our shows as well progress. Some of the, as we said, some of the funds that we get through these media collaborations then go into us having ways to support AI tools to these schools themselves. This is what we do at the TG Energy Foundation, and we're 100% looking forward to meeting you. If you want to have an interview as well, please reach out to us, regardless of the organization that you are in, and let's go for this. Let's get this. Let's just change the world. That's all that I'm gonna say. Spreading sustainability education through all of this. It's a pleasure. To those who said thank you, and see you soon. Stay blessed. And this is Varsity on record. Light is particularly a wave. Let it resonate for generations. Looking forward to an extra conversation. Stay blessed. Chilled. And don't forget, 10th February 2024, Hiking Conference fundraiser will be in Pretoria. Buy your ticket today. Buy it now so that you don't miss out. Thanks. Bye. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you are keen on the details, Please communicate with me, myself, and I, together with the team at the Teach and Edu Foundation, if you're willing to show your support as an organization, whether to advertise on the podcast or as well as just be one of our funders towards our shows, our tours, and education for sustainability development programs. Please also do contact us through the emails that you will see below. Follow us on all social media pages so that you can actually indulge and also buy your wellness journals for those who are also wellness enthusiasts. That also supports towards the Teach and Edu Foundation, all our causes. So we hope to see you yet again for another Varsity on Record, the sustainable, redefined future. See you soon. Take care and stay blessed. Don't forget,